OCD.
Greetings, adventurers.
What in the world? No.
Greetings, adventurers.
We shouldn't use someone else's podcast.
I
I
was
just
gonna
felt
say,
like maybe we could.
Cross promotion?
Yeah. Shout out the
No.
Dungeon Delver.
No.
No,
Well,
dude.
he was going to
Alyssa's top
interview
for
the
this.
late Gary Gygax, creator of Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons. Guys, welcome back to the bunker.
Hey guys, everybody take a deep breath with me, okay? On 3. 1, 2, 3.
And let's all just kind of hold that in for a second and think about the kind of day that you've had. Joe, that wasn't a good breath. I need you to take another one. Now, while you're still holding that breath, go ahead and breathe out, but still hold the breath. Just go ahead and release it and hold your breath.
Okay,
It's like a fish.
hold my breath anymore.
It's like a fish that can't breathe.
I was legitimately trying to hold my
too.
breath. I couldn't do it. It's like when you're a kid, you go through the tunnel and you try to hold your breath.
Yeah.
And then you turn blue, and then your family freaks out.
But you definitely
Yeah.
always lie and
Yeah.
like kind of breathe out your nose, but hope no one notices.
Yeah, and you're like, I did it, guys.
yeah, you're like, I
Yeah.
totally did
Totally
it,
did
guys.
That's so
Whoa!
funny.
And then you go, duh, with everyone else, even though you've been breathing the whole time.
Yeah. Wow. That
Alright,
was very
so-
specific, Joe.
I never did that. You guys did that. I didn't do that. I held my breath.
Sounds like he has a
What
whole
is this
system.
music?
For,
I don't know. I looked up the longest songs available on the website that we use, and these are the ones that popped up. So we could change it to this one. I don't know what these are. I'm just throwing them out.
All right, so everyone who inhaled with me, you can go ahead and exhale now.
Wow, you guys did it the whole time.
Like,
Wow.
Pretty good at it.
Welcome
I
to
didn't
the
read one
bunker,
time.
episode 9.
Episode 9, Problems with the Press.
No, that was episode 8. You were committed.
She really.
Can I tell you, I kind of hesitated halfway through and I was like,
Problems
I
with the
think I'm wrong.
press.
It's
This
the
one-
message return to sender.
There
No.
you go.
No.
The episode is out, so you should know this.
Yeah, we're starting to get caught up with our releases.
Why
It's
Yeah.
called,
I know.
it's
we
called
can be a little
Don't
more in
Message
sync.
the
Yeah.
Shooter.
Don't shoot the messenger is the one that I said first.
No, it's not.
Don't shoot the messenger. This one was fun because I felt like the scale of the episode was real big.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
enjoyed
Mm.
that. Sometimes with these like short form kind of stories, you have to keep it small, like little
Yeah, sure.
microcosms of the world. And this
Yeah.
one just felt really grand,
Yeah.
and I just
That's
enjoyed
great.
that. I enjoyed listening to it more.
I was
also
gonna
because I
say-
didn't edit it, so I
Yes.
enjoyed listening to it more.
This one was fun to edit.
Well, I was gonna say this one is very immersive. Like you did a great job editing.
Yeah.
it, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
felt
was.
very
It's fun.
much like even as a person. Well, it had also been a long time since we had recorded this episode, and so I didn't remember. Excuse me, I didn't remember certain details of it, and so it was fun to be reminded of them while being immersed in all of it with all the sound effects you did and stuff. So that was really fun.
Hey,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one was fun. I think the idea of any like world mixed with fantasy is like fun. Like urban fantasy
Yes.
of like just Woodbine is so cool.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like cars and
Yeah.
elves and
Yeah.
goblins, but also like World War II would have been with dragons in it.
Yes.
And it's like
That was
fun to
fun.
think of like
I liked
the
that a
mesh,
lot. Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
I'm
I liked that
trying-
a whole lot.
I'm trying to think of like other shows or stories that do that in a good way.
They're rare. I feel like.
Yeah, the
I feel like,
one
yeah, there's not a lot.
Divine Rivals, which is a book series Alyssa and I've read,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
does that really well.
That
That's
was
a really
good.
cute little fantasy romance.
Yeah, shout
book
out.
for
Super
anyone
cute.
who's into that stuff. What's another one? I'm trying to think.
I mean, Onward.
Onward does it.
Onward.
I've
Percy
never
Jackson,
actually
I guess
seen Onward.
technically.
Oh yeah, Percy Jackson.
But
Yeah.
it's more like younger. It's more like a lot
Yeah,
of
like-
everything is for the bit.
Yeah, like modern.
Well, and Harry Potter technically,
I guess. Yeah, Harry Potter.
but like I feel, and I haven't read Percy Jackson, so correct me if I'm wrong. But I feel like Percy Jackson and Harry Potter are almost like, ooh, there's a world within our world, like
Yes.
secret thing.
yeah.
Yes.
Where-
Whereas
It's a
like the
little different.
mesh
Yes.
is what I find fun of. Like,
The
no, this is totally
culture-
normal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the culture is like action.
Is is like Six of Crows, or what is the
Yeah, I would say that.
Six
Six of Crows.
Six of Crows. I feel like that's
got
kind
that
of
vibe. It's got the like
sort of.
Yeah.
But
That like
even still,
what is it? Not is it? That's not postmodern. It's Shoot, what's it called? I'm getting my eras of history mixed up.
I don't know.
called
Industrial
jazz.
Revolution vibes.
Oh, sure,
That's what
yes,
I meant.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
they had like actual
Yeah.
steamboats and things. Okay, never mind.
No,
I'm being such a nerd.
No.
Sorry.
That's good. Yeah, I agree. I think that's really fun. And yeah, I guess there's that. I'm trying to think of other examples.
There probably are, and if you know
Yeah.
of any, comment below.
Yeah, let us
Let
us
know.
know.
Because maybe we
honestly
haven't.
can't think of them.
Yeah, maybe we haven't read or watched them or something.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
be down to.
Yeah, that's
I'd
like
be intrigued.
I just think it's so fun.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't know.
It's for me the thing to me that's like super fun in like a similar way is like dystopian things where you have like modern structures and whatever that are like run down and abandoned. You know, you
Like
see
Planet of the Apes
I
in
guess.
the future.
But like
Fallout.
yeah, like Fallout, or like
Fallout.
when you see
Yeah.
like the Statue of Liberty covered in ivy and like the
Mm.
arm is
Yeah,
broken
yeah.
off and like that kind of stuff. Like I don't know what it is about that, or seeing like
Have you ever seen?
New York City overgrown. I think
Yeah.
is
Have you
awesome.
ever seen what's the Will Smith movie with him
I'm
and his
Legend.
dog?
No,
I
I
Am Legend.
haven't. I really need to.
Oh,
Alyssa,
yeah.
you would
I
love
Am
that
Legend
movie.
is
Then I mean,
really
it's kind of
good.
scary, but it's not
It's
like
okay,
a horror. It's like more
Yeah, yeah.
thriller.
Thriller,
Yeah, that
yeah.
one's fun.
And
I'm-
it's
I
like
would love to
got
watch
that
that.
whole vibe, like the whole city's like
I just
abandoned.
find it so fascinating.
Yeah.
It's probably because my dad is so obsessed with abandoned things. Yeah, I Am Legend is cool, and yeah, my dad loves exploring abandoned buildings and like malls and stuff. Or not, I mean, there are abandoned malls.
That is true.
Okay, I've actually always wanted to do that. There was this abandoned insane asylum.
Yes, it's nearby.
Near
Oh,
my
I'm good,
school.
dude.
Oh, there's
Not
one around
here,
here
but it was
too.
down in Virginia, and it had a whole history. There was actually
Yeah.
like in my theater program, we did a play based off of one of the inmates, and so I was playing
Bro.
one of the main characters, like when she was older.
Yeah.
And so me and some of my friends like drove up to it,
Yeah.
and I wanted to go like explore
That'd be
so
so
bad, but
creepy.
like we didn't. But
Aw.
I've always kind of wanted to. I just
Dude.
think it's. Ooh.
We actually have a mall like somewhat close to where
Yeah.
we live that I was literally last night thinking about, like, I wonder if anyone's gone in there
Oh, I'm
because it's
sure.
completely abandoned
But
right
I'm
now.
sure it's dangerous.
Yeah, definitely.
Knowing where that mall is.
Right.
That's true.
I'm sure
Definitely
it's
not
not
A little
a
bit
good
in
place
it's in
to go.
Sketchville, USA.
I'm not saying we should go in ever. I'm just like, I wonder if people are in there / have
For
been
sure.
going in. Which
First.
probably
Do you think
yes.
that like 15 to 20 years ago we could have in a way that we can't now? Or do you think that that's just a lie made up by older
Wait,
folks to say
oh,
that the
like-
younger generation is degenerate?
Wait, what are you talking about? Like
I
in
don't
terms of
understand.
going in abandoned
like
places?
Yeah, like you know, we used to be able to ride our bikes around as kids. I don't feel like a lot of you
Oh.
can't do that as much. Like it's not as safe.
I think that abandoned buildings like that were probably just as unsafe as they are now.
Probably. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think there was the same amount of
probably.
degenerates
Same
as
con-
you say.
same concern.
Well, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you know
yeah.
the whole thing of like
Yeah.
kids these days not like they used to be.
Yeah. I used to be 5 years old and home alone for 12 hours.
Back in my day.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, this one was fun. There was a lot. This one was like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this one was like the only episode where there was like a lot of travel other than episode 3, right?
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
we've
I
had
would say
nights
so.
spent sleeping over places, but this one and 3 are like,
We actually moved a lot.
There was also
yeah.
a new sort of function with the Whirlwind where the door
oh yeah,
moved because
Yeah.
what was the
Oh,
what was
yeah.
the general
yeah. There was
name?
like a Iterum.
Iterum. He had
I got a
some
lot
sort
of crap.
I
for
tear
that.
them, you tear them.
We all tear 'em.
And I hate that.
No, but he had some sort of device or ability to manipulate where the door was, which
Yeah.
was cool. We've
Yeah.
not
Pretty
haven't seen
exciting.
that
Yeah, he
yet.
had like a door knocker.
and then
Yeah.
ended on that fun little cliffhanger.
Yeah, with Eddie seeing a bunch of more old versions of Whirlwind books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want listeners to know, as we continue on in the season, and you see Eddie's sort of obsession with conspiracies and note taking and all that. That is a reflection of me. in our like home game that we all play with some other friends, I am the note taker.
Laura is the note taker.
yeah.
And I'm the what if this happened? And I was like,
Yeah.
no. There's got to be another way. No.
She brings a whiteboard to every session and a
I
spool of
would.
red
If
yarn.
I
Okay,
could,
but actually
I
sitting
would.
right next to us right now is a cork board that Laura did bring
I did
for
bring.
Laura.
I want to make
Yeah.
a real life Pepe Sylvia board. Okay, so we are going to talk about this more, but we are going to do something along those lines to help us keep track of lore because
Yeah.
it
In
gets
fact,
unruly.
Her parents named her Laura because of her, they knew she would
Of
just
her-
love lore.
Their love for lore. It
Yeah.
runs in the family.
Laura.
Yeah.
Dumb. Oh my gosh.
We're just gonna start we're
Putting the lore in Laura
Yeah.
since day one.
we're gonna start just referring to you
I don't
casually
know.
as lore now, but just know mentally we're spelling it Lore.
You know how many people spell my name that way though?
Oh,
When
really?
I go get
Really?
like a Starbucks drink or something.
Like
Lore.
LOREN?
Lora. Laura.
Really?
That's
I would have.
absurd.
I
I would
know.
have
I
thought
just
the other
spelled-
one would have been LARA, not LO.
I just
That's
realized
very
I just totally spelled out the
Yeah.
word Lauren.
Yeah, you did. But
you
you
say
spelled it
EN?
wrong. But you
I
spelled
just
it.
kept going.
Yeah, Josiah,
I
that's
added
not my
more-
name.
Yeah,
You know.
I kept on adding more letters.
This whole time, Josiah thought her name was Laura. And he's like,
Laurentius.
classic Lauren.
I'm Laura, short for Laurentius.
Laurentius.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we should get back on topic and talk about the episode.
No.
Yes, yes. There was also a lot of guns in this one. A lot of gunshots.
Bro,
There
we all
were.
kept getting shot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, that's true.
That was crazy town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That
had
was
a
crazy
had
town.
a emergency surgery.
Oh yeah.
That
Yeah.
was
That was
intense.
pretty funny.
We almost cut your leg off.
And I because we listened to this, I listened to the cut and I was like, it made me laugh because it was like, I was like, it's like wartime.
yeah.
She goes, dang, this is crazy. It's like war.
Yeah, but there's like
And
an
you were like-
action adventure component to it.
Duh.
Yep.
Yeah, it was
That
funny.
was really
Oh, that's right.
funny.
Yeah, and the boys were freaking out, and June was like, "It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's
Yeah,
great."
and then you were like, it hurts really bad, and Ace and Cal were like, this hurts. 'cause-
Yeah.
And he was
Yeah.
squeezing her hand.
Yeah.
We like took it worse than she did.
Yeah.
We're like, oh.
Yeah, it's fun. I liked it.
Yeah, this
It was a good time.
This was a good one. And yeah, this one's the first of. Yeah, I mean, we're almost done. We have what? 3 more? 10, 11, 12?
Yeah,
So
10,
this
11,
is the
12.
first of a couple that have some.
oh yeah, June and
big
Cal had a little
points.
convo around the fire.
Oh, that's right.
a
Yeah.
lot happening.
That's right.
She was like,
Yeah.
"You're a liar," and he was like,
She was like,
"What?"
hey,
Yeah,
I
she's
watched
like, I
you
watched you change.
Yeah.
It's not weird. It's
Oh,
totally
stop.
normal.
No.
But then you learn why, which is Cal's taking boxing lessons.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, then she calls him out, right?
She calls him out,
And
For
she's like,
not-
"Tell the truth," and he's like,
Yeah.
"I'm fine."
and he's like, no,
It's,
it
like,
was
totally
funny.
whatever.
I'm totally fine.
And also, there's nothing I'm not being honest
There's
about. And then,
nothing.
yeah.
And then Eddie heard it.
Yep.
Uh huh.
So who knows how that'll play out? We do, actually.
Yeah. Setting. But
Who knows how
you
that will play
don't,
out, me?
not yet.
I think I commented to I commented on someone's YouTube post last week who was like, this is like crazy. And I was like, yup, who knows how it's going to play? Parentheses, I do actually.
That's like so. Oh my god.
Every time, anytime I get to comment
Joe's-
something, I'm going to say that.
Joe's a troll.
Like, I know, isn't it crazy what's going to happen? Me, actually, I know what's going to happen.
Yeah. It's I think we're starting to see some of the threads that we laid down like since the very beginning with our
Yeah.
characters of like I don't know, trying to figure out like some conflicts, things that were like set and everything. Just
Yeah,
it's starting to come to a head and it's exciting. It's going to be a
it is
fun
exciting.
sort of end to the season. I'm excited.
Woo!
Yeah. So war.
Yeah, and action and adventure. It was all there.
There
Kind
was
of crazy.
action,
Yeah.
there was adventure, there was war.
Kind of crazy.
Speaking of crazy, I mean, Ace just was in a weird
I was going to bring that up actually.
headspace. Just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
snap
he-
decision
yeah,
to
he,
stab
like,
someone in the throat.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, yeah, that was so
Holy.
funny.
We see Ace kind of get more and more brutal, like
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
a sort of like wild way.
Yeah, you just see it become more apparent that he, under the surface, has this approach to like really intense and sudden situations where you have to deal with
Yeah.
something in this very like kill or be killed type way.
Yeah.
That comes from just
Mhm.
him being out living in the wilderness for a long time. So it's just
Yeah.
kind of an like predator
Yeah,
animal
yeah,
reaction.
uh-huh.
That's
to
what I was
things.
gonna
Yeah.
say actually, and it's interesting because I think he was so unsure of himself, sort of, and it was like a front in the beginning of the season. And then he kind of comes into his own and he accepts the fact that he ran away and he's like, he figures it out with his parents. And so because he like comes into his own, he also becomes more wild, which also has its own negatives, which I think is interesting.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear
We'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, to hear what listeners think about how that plays out, because it definitely goes somewhere. And I think it's very interesting.
Yeah, that was a wild moment. That was fun.
Also, the way you edited that was
Well,
I
was
had
just
so
gonna
much
say-
fun editing
I was
this
just gonna
episode.
say, listening back to this episode, I laughed out loud so many times.
This one
in
was fun.
particular at, and now I check you for cracks. Stabs him in the freaking throat with a fork, bro. I just checking for cracks.
I'm just checking for
Now I check you for cracks.
the stability of the building or something.
Yeah.
The structural integrity.
structural
of the building.
integrity.
Do not to be minding me.
Count the best control.
Count the best
In a
control.
war zone, ruined town.
Oh, so
with
funny.
with a fork.
With the fork.
My
Like, check this
word.
structural integrity.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's partially on that guy for just not.
Yeah, being that
Yeah.
dumb.
Well, it's funny though, in D&D there's like moments where you can become so disconnected from the fact that you're doing something so violent
Oh,
as a
yeah.
character.
Yeah.
And that's actually something I liked though that we didn't do
I
at the
agree. I was
beginning of
gonna say
this
the same
season. And I think that doesn't mean we can't do it, but it also means that like because those things happen, there's more consequences than it might be if you're just playing like a murder hobo campaign.
Yeah,
You know?
Definitely. I think
So.
I think we've done a good job of like not taking it lightly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
But,
like
like,
something we have to remind ourselves, I think.
Remind me
consistently.
if I'm wrong, but in the in episode 8, do we kill some people in episode 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like
Mhm.
it's kind of like we're just kind of like, you know, you got to do what you got to
Start
do
getting used to it
eventually.
more.
But like I'm glad that we built up to that and we're just like first day,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm a hardened
first day
killer.
on the job,
Yeah.
you know, young adults. Bang bang bang.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and also just because it happened in 8 doesn't mean it's not going to be difficult in later episodes.
Right,
Which
100%.
is just it's just fun. I'm just
Yeah.
I like the dynamic. I think the fact that they're sort of like young adults or like I guess late teens is like a fun dynamic because it's like them figuring out the world and who they are. But like in the D&D setting, it creates a lot of
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
moral questions.
Right. Even in 4, it's made a lot of different moral questions too, because like it was like Cal was like he did it, but he didn't know how he felt about it, and felt kind of like
Right.
he was a murderer. But then like June kills a couple people in 6, like rips their heads off as a hyena, but
Yeah, that was
it's not the same
wild.
type of question. It's more
Yeah.
just like I have to do this.
Yeah.
Tell my friends.
Yep.
Granted, Cal thought the same thing in the moment, but couldn't really live with himself after.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas, June has just
Yeah. Well, it was
she's
also
had a different life.
Yeah, it was also new territory for him, and
Yeah, and it wasn't for
Yeah.
her. Right.
Exactly.
But it's been cool to see
Yeah.
different angles of that. Because
Yeah.
you're right, Laura. Like, I think one of the faults of D&D as a whole is like that kind of stuff is not necessarily taken
Yeah.
as like heavily as it could be to tell a cool story. Granted, depending on what kind of campaign you're playing
Yeah,
and
for sure.
type of characters you're playing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know,
I think that's also why I love the dynamic between your two characters of June and Cal, because they are sort of like different sides of a coin.
yeah,
You know, Cal's a lot of confidence, but on the inside he's so like insecure and he puts so much pressure on himself to like take care of his friends and also like I don't know what I'm doing. And then June, and correct me if I'm wrong because I
No,
don't want to
yeah,
make
that's
assumptions
right.
about your all's
100%.
character. But then June is like this like very she's just more calm and like she doesn't come in like blazing, like guns a blazing, but she has this like more confident sort of undertone because she's been through a bunch
Yeah.
of
right.
and so I love the dynamic that your characters
Yeah.
have kind of built and will
Yeah.
continue to build in
Yeah.
future, you know, episodes
Yeah,
because
for
of
sure.
that. I
Yeah.
think it's
It's cool.
interesting.
Yeah, it's fun.
So
It's fun growing these characters. So just like in game, you know, like I'm not really thinking about it much outside of game. It's been fun to just kind of be like, who even is she, and figure it out. It's been, I don't know. It's a really fun. It's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is fun.
It's very
a
fun.
cool dynamic they
Yeah.
have.
Joe, where did you get your ideas for the lore elements that you introduced?
That's a good question. I don't even know.
Nice.
Just off the dome, you know.
You know,
Yeah.
That's a great question. I think honestly, so my whole similar to Josiah's method with the Lost episode that we won't bring up anymore, but similar with that idea, like I'll kind of just think of something and then go with it. But I will like I usually just like I don't go like really specific scene, quote unquote, but just like immediately when it was like action adventure war, I was like fantasy dragons and planes, and like that'd be cool. But
So
like
you have a concept
lore,
kind of that you go with.
like concept, and I usually just go with it. Like I remember specifically episode 4, I was just like flipping fantasy where it like the fantasy is not like we're the fantasy side of things, not where we're going, because we're already playing like an urban fantasy setting. So like we just go somewhere where that's not. But like that's like how I think through it like immediately. The lore piece, I think I was just I think I was like, I mean, trying to figure. I think my first thought was my thirst plot was.
I was gonna say.
I think my thirst plot was. No, my first thought was. I gotta figure out what you guys are gonna do in a war setting.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it can't just
You
be
need
like
objectives.
hang out and fight.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
like, and then leave.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, there'll be some sort of messenger. And then I was just kind of like, well, the message maybe is to the other team. But then I don't know. I think I was just like, it'd be cool if the message was going to somebody who, like, the message was not just that about that war necessarily, but the message was also being sent to somebody else who may or may not have known Prospero or someone who knows about the Whirlwind, and would be able to like know who they are when they showed up, in terms of like not necessarily personally, but just being like, oh, these people are affiliated with the Whirlwind in some way, shape, or form. So that's where I thought of that. The end piece with the books, though, you actually rolled at the beginning and didn't roll high enough. If you listen to it, you roll, and I was like, yeah, you don't really find much. But I was like, I think it was either right after that or right before that. I was like, oh, it would be really cool though if there was like a ton of like and this is just a Joe thing, and this might or might not happen, so no one take this as canon lore for the wiki. But I think, and I don't know how it's going to happen, but I think it's cool to think of the Whirlwind almost like an encyclopedia of these different worlds, which it kind of is. But like sometimes encyclopedias come in big batches, you know, and like it's not just one. And so I was like, in that moment, like, oh, maybe there's a lot of worlds out there. Maybe there's been other books and they're just full, or not. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
That was fun.
yeah, I was just like, okay, maybe there's a hidden bookshelf somewhere. But it's an improv show, so that's pretty much as far as I thought. Was like, someone else can run with it. I'll throw it in at the end.
Yeah,
that
you'll
was
see
fun.
in the next episode we literally pick up right where we left off.
Yeah.
And whoever the DM is, me, Alyssa, or Josiah, I won't spoil it, has to basically be like, okay, and here's what you find.
Yeah.
And it's like literally flying by the seat of your pants, but it's like, it's so fun. It turns into
fun.
some really fun moments.
Yeah. And it's not just like, I mean, obviously, like, even in my thought process of being like, oh, I'm going to do this, it's not just to be like, for the sake of nothing. Like, we hope to do these things because we think it's fun to let each other like build on them.
Yeah,
and
you're
actually
trying to
build
tee
stuff.
it up for other people.
Trying to tee it up, not necessarily just to be like, whatever. We need some lore, but actually to be like, ooh, this would be a cool idea. What do you think about it? Basically, is kind of the idea.
Yeah.
Like, one DM says, this is kind of fun. Next DM goes, I think that's fun too. And here's how we build on it. And that's really exciting. It's fun. So that's kind of
Cool.
a long-winded answer of how I got to those two moments.
Yeah.
One of them almost was done at the beginning, but it ended up being the end. But I think it worked better that way.
Yeah, I like
anyways,
how it worked out.
You know?
Yeah.
We do have an ad break. Josiah, I heard that you have the ad copy this week.
I do have the ad copy. Why don't we
Alright.
go ahead and find some music? Hey guys. Thanks for tuning into another episode of The Bunker. Today's episode is sponsored by a group of local termites. Thanks, guys.
Greetings, adventurers. Have I got a treat for you guys?
And that's a message from the termites.
So thanks guys for sponsoring this.
Oh my god. What?
Thanks to the group of termites.
Really nice.
Really appreciate you guys.
My word. No, this is a story that literally has nothing to do with the podcast.
No, that's great.
Excellent.
You guys know how I walk in my sleep sometimes?
Yeah.
I'll
Oh, yeah.
sleepwalk.
Oh, yeah.
For anyone listening, I sleepwalk like a lot, and
Scary.
yeah. At one point during my life, I ate like cookies, I think, in my sleep.
Yep.
Well, last night, I had 2 gluten-free Oreos, and I woke up eating them.
You woke up like in
Like
middle
mid-bite?
of eating an Oreo.
I was like eating my Oreo, and then I was like, what time is it? I need to go to bed. Where am I? Like, what?
Okay,
and then,
but-
and then you go, oh, you're just sleepwalking, and you go back to sleep.
My question, did you finish the Oreo?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, whatever.
That's
So-
wild.
That's
Where
wild.
did you get them? Like you walked all the way
so-
downstairs and got them?
So we played our home game D&D last night,
Yeah.
and so when we were leaving, Anna gave me the box of Oreos. I stuck them in my bag, and then I didn't bother putting them away because I forgot I had them.
Yeah.
So they're in my bag in my room, so I didn't go all the way
Oh, okay.
downstairs.
Okay.
But I guess like my sleep brain was like, get up, time to go, time to
go.
get ready, like get your breakfast before like going to work, and then I was like, Oreos. I don't know.
Yeah,
So,
she's told me before. She's like, I always lock my cookies away because Laura goes and eats my cookies.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
That's
my
so
brain,
funny, bro.
It's kind of scary. I've never done anything where I've like left the house or anything. So if that ever happened, I'd be like actually freaked out because I usually wake up pretty like close after moving around or doing
Sure.
anything. But
Mm-hmm.
I've woken up in the shower before. Like I've gotten fully ready for work at 2 a.m.
That's
and
crazy.
like gotten ready to leave and then been like,
Whoa.
it's 2 a.m. What am I doing?
That's wild.
Yeah, so I've definitely It's
Wow.
wild.
Shout out
crazy.
all you sleepwalkers out there.
Yeah. Oh my word.
That you just like know your house so well that you don't like misstep and just
Well, I'm looking. That's the thing. Is like
Technically, her
I'm-
eyes are open.
My eyes are open. My body is doing the movements. It's just like as if it were a dream. So like my brain doesn't connect to the fact that it's real. It's quite literally like it's like my motor skills practicing habits usually,
oh wow.
which is why it's like get something to eat before I go to work. Like,
yeah.
like do my skincare routine. Like it's usually something that I've done like a million times.
That's wild.
It's wild.
That
It's
is
so like
so strange.
yeah, it's so interesting. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So I had some Oreos last night. Good, nice little midnight snack.
Love that.
That's so great.
Congratulations.
All right, who's ready for a pod deck?
Who's ready for the
I
pod
was
deck?
taking a drink and just I okay. That's what they sound like.
For you all you audio people out there.
We haven't done our ASMR episode yet.
No.
Yeah.
That's season
Next
2.
season.
Next season.
We'll
it's
have
coming.
themed
Here's a sneak
bunkers.
peek.
Ooh, that's just a sneak peek
What
of
a
what you
great-
can expect. Here's
God,
here's one
Alyssa,
more.
cork it.
Here's a sneak peek.
That's not what it's saying. It's cards. It's playing cards.
All right, let's do it. Let's move on.
Oh man.
Okay, no more ASMR. No more.
Okay.
I veto.
I already took these ones out, so why don't we just use these?
Okay, great.
She decided on the interview deck.
Interview deck, and I'm gonna pick a card and I'm gonna read it.
Dang.
Wow.
She's
I'm
taking
changing it.
She's changing the
She's
rules.
stealing
Yeah.
our jobs.
Ready?
Changing the rules.
Not O. No, yeah. When you when you think about success, who comes to mind and why?
You guys don't all have to say me. If just one of you guys wants to say me, that's fine.
Is this someone we know, or is it like a figure in society? You know,
Yeah, that's a good
Go
question.
with someone we know.
someone we know.
Actually, that's not very good content, is it? Because nobody knows who we know.
That's
That's a
true.
great
Let's go with somebody
Figure in
in society.
Somebody in society.
A figurehead in
Success.
society.
Success.
Hmm.
That is a great question. Because, like,
Sorry.
because, like, I mean, there's like successful as in like well off, and then there's successful as in like really good at your.
It's whatever success means to
Whatever.
you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I was gonna say, like, when I think of success and I'm like trying to think of someone who is successful, my brain goes to all the things that like the people who are doing what I want to be doing.
That's fine.
But I feel like that's not the question. I feel like the question is like epitome of success.
Right. This is a tough one.
This is a tough one.
I have one. I would say John Bellion, and here's why. When I think of success, and I think of like his career and the trajectory that it's had, I think about like taking something that you're passionate about and just committing to mastering it, and then leveraging it correctly, and also at the same time being very good at putting yourself out there, networking, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and just getting very good at it. I mean, he's like, dude's worked his butt off
Yeah.
for years.
Did you watch that interview with him and George Janko or whatever?
I saw some of it.
It's really
Yeah.
good. It's really good. And he's like, it's cool to see how passionate he is about what he does,
Mm-hmm.
and like how every single decision he makes is a reflection of that. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on board with that one.
I love that. I think then that's a good metric. That's a good way to think about it. I think Stranger Things is just on the dome right now because I watched an episode recently. But I'm gonna say David Harbour because he was one of those under 5 actors for years and years and years, his whole career, and finally got his big break. But
Mm-hmm.
What is under 5?
when you like have under 5 lines,
Oh, sure.
or like you're like a one-off kind of
Sure,
character.
sure. Okay.
At least that's what I think. I don't know. I don't know too much about him, but like
Yeah.
the dude's now doing.
Yeah. Really well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's why, but I think it's just because I watched an episode recently, so
I mean,
that's
but
why
that's
it's like
fine.
first thing that came to mind.
It doesn't have to be like the most successful.
Yeah, I
person.
can't limit it to or say that because then otherwise I'll put too much pressure on myself.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's my answer
That's
for
a
right
great
now.
That's a great answer.
Yeah, it's okay to like when you hear a question like that, I think take some time to think about like just a bunch of successful people that you're aware of, and then like think about how their success resonates with you.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
feel
okay
like
to have more than one answer.
that's a good metric though. Like excellent mastering your passion. You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
it's a good way to think about it.
What about you?
I was
Joe?
reading a book about habits recently, so that's also on the dome. Where it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna get
5
into
Habits of Successful People, or whatever that book's called. I forget what it's called. Isn't that the book?
I'm reading. It's called
5 Habits
Atomic
of-
Habits.
Atomic
And
Habits.
it's
I know that
basically
one.
about like
What am I thinking of?
your success is like the daily choice every day to like make your bed kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But it's true. Like it's not wrong.
And there are
pretty good.
and there are different aspects of success that I think slide to the forefront depending on what area of your life like you're trying to succeed in, because there are many, and you like there is an inherently different and better approach to I think each thing.
Yeah.
I was
You know,
thinking.
you can't look at every aspect of your life like a career.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
thinking the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. That's the book I was thinking.
I've never read that.
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, like, on one hand, and this is again kind of just inside baseball because people don't know me. Like my immediate one's like my dad, but not because my dad's like super well off, but in terms of everything that he has like put most important in his life, he has done well at.
Like fulfillment in life.
Yes, that's
that's what I was thinking too. Because I was like, "Where's that line?"
Like,
success is such like can be toxic sometimes.
Yeah, like he loves my mom, which is amazing, and they've been married for a long time. They've never wanted to be rich, but want enough money that they can bless and help other people, and they've been able to do that. And like, you know, he works a job that he enjoys. And has a family that he loves very much who are doing things. And so, like, that's the first thing I come to, but that's all like, ooh, you know?
Yeah, gross, Joe.
In terms of other than that, yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah. Can you talk about your life less?
Yeah, I will. Man, I don't know. I mean, you know, I know like a lot of different people that have like been very successful in different ways. Like to Josiah's point, like there's people like Post Malone is a great one who.
Yeah, I thought of Post Malone as well.
Like he started. He used to rent a room and he turned the bedroom into a studio and lived in his closet so that he could use his room as a studio. And like he came from like pretty much nothing. So like there's successful people in regards of like seeing where they are today like that. But then I also know people who started very poor and became very rich just because, again, hard work. So I don't really know. I know I don't know who I would point to. I mean, those are a couple examples. Those two are like very different examples. But
yeah, success isn't just like inherently like you once like were financially just in a bad place and now you're like you make the most money out of everybody. Like there's also a success in like I look at my like what I've done with my career just like in general, like in my life, and like I was actually headed in a direction where I like was gonna make a lot of money, but then I like made a shift and didn't end up going that direction, and found something that comparatively does not make like nearly that much money at all. And generally most people would look at that and say, look at the job I'm doing now and go, well, that's like from a perspective of like trying to make a lot of money, like probably don't do that. And just in general, like of all the places you could work in that field, probably don't work there. But for me, it's like the most fulfilling job I've ever worked in my life. And like, I would be perfectly happy to work there for the rest of my life.
Yeah. To me, I think success is like, I think if you can determine it if you're successful or not is like if at the end of your life you like look back and you're like, that was like I feel content in what I have accomplished, you know?
So it's more
like,
equates to fulfillment for you.
Almost, yeah. Like and like fulfillment through, you know, hard work, I think. But like I mean, I think like I said, my dad would probably at this point look back and be like, I'm very grateful and fulfilled and content in what and successful in that way. However, there's people out there that might just be like, you know, I made a lot of money and I feel successful at the end of my life. But also there's a lot of people that make a lot of money and hate their lives. So I don't know if I'd necessarily call them successful in life, because at the end, will they care or not? Like if they don't and wish they did more, does that mean that they were successful? I don't know. So this is kind of a deep question.
I was going to say, I don't know if I equate success to fulfillment or purpose. I think in my brain, if I'm like boiling it down to what like that is, it's like reaching for a goal that wasn't originally able to be accomplished and working until you accomplished it. And so you've been successful because you were previously unable to do something you were previously unable to do, you've accomplished. So I think more of like the mastery, but I think that's why like I can't equate it to fulfillment, because otherwise it gets too much.
It's pretty deep.
Yeah, there's just a lot that goes into that. And also like our culture's, you know, the way that we talk about success and the way that we like emphasize success in daily life sometimes cannot be the best way to think about it too. So
Yeah.
because there is so much more to life than just being financially successful. It is
Right.
what you're saying, like about fulfillment. It's about the relationships in your life, feeling like you have purpose in what you're doing in your
Right.
job, like you were saying, Josiah. So like, yeah, it's a deeper question.
Deep question.
I feel like to me, I would lean more in the fulfillment category of like somebody. When I'm thinking about people who are successful, I'm not sitting here going, oh, who do I know that's made the most money, or who do I like? That's just not, because to me, well, I mean, I'm just repeating everything we've already said, but like I honestly, two people, I mean, it's kind of because of the YouTube I've been watching lately, but like honestly, like Kelly Clarkson, I think that she's
pretty cool.
She was on American Idol. She did, I mean, obviously did really well. She's super talented. She now has like an interview show where she just like interviews people, like celebrities and different people, and like she seems really happy and just like having a fun time on this show and whatever. And like to me, I'm like, now obviously I have no idea what's going on under the surface in her life, right? So I have no idea actually, but
Kelly, we know you listen. Feel free to let us know.
Oh my god.
But to me, it just seems like she's having a great time and whatever. And then even another person that came to mind is John Krasinski, because
Yeah.
I feel the same way about him. Like he, again, this is surface level. We don't actually know about celebrities' lives, so like who knows? But from what I feel like I see in interviews and stuff, he's like happily married. He loves his children, and he's putting out these movies and all this content, that's stuff that he really believes in and really backs. Like that If that just came out is like, he talks about like why he wrote it for his kids and wrote it with his kids, and like how he saw his kids kind of losing their imaginative spark during COVID, and he was like, that's what I need to write a movie about, of how you don't need to lose it, it just changes, and like a lot of different things. It's way more complex than that, but and he did it, and he was like, yeah, and this is what I set out to do, and it worked, and I did it, and I feel proud of it and whatever. And I'm like, that to me is such a picture of success. He's happy, he loves his family, he's putting things out into the world that he believes in. Like I think that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. Yeah.
It's funny, we've chosen a lot of celebrities,
Yeah.
but it's also like it's hard to choose public figures that aren't celebrities. So
Well,
I'm not gonna pick
yeah.
any politicians.
yeah, right, exactly.
They all suck.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I
mean, there's a
think
bunch of athletes I could think of.
They're
but-
just
Yeah,
they're just like
that's
relatable
true.
examples that a lot of people can observe.
Yeah,
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 it
And
is.
so they are, while they all like share similar statuses, how they operate in their day to day can be vastly different. And so I think that's kind of what we're highlighting when we bring up those examples.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm
basically we're all sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I also there's like this weird part of me that's also like, but don't idolize any celebrities, because you never know. Like, I don't know.
Oh,
I
definitely.
just
Absolutely not.
I'm very much, I don't get starstruck easily, and I just because like I don't know, celebrity
I don't-
culture bugs me.
Yeah, I definitely don't say any of that to be like Kelly and John have made it, like
Yeah,
at all.
yeah,
But
yeah.
it's just
No.
like, I love the idea of them.
Yeah,
Like,
and that wasn't at you. I
Oh,
mean, we
yeah,
all
sure.
said people that
Yeah,
were well
yeah,
known.
sure.
So
Yeah.
true. But it's just interesting.
yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I think we're all kind of getting at the same thing, where
Yeah.
it's just like you can, whatever it is you're prioritizing in your life, just actually achieving that in a very real way.
Yeah. In a tangible way.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow. What a introspective moment to end the podcast on.
Yeah.
Truly. Wow. And we were successful in not being shot in episode 9.
Well,
That's not
we
true.
were.
A lot of
we
us got shot.
Were, but
Some
we
of
just
us
didn't-
were successful.
Okay, so does anyone want to sing us out?
Alyssa, why don't you sing us out?
No.
I'll play some music for you.
No, I'm not. No, I was kidding.
Adventurers, have I got a treat for you guys?
I don't understand what this is.
Again, we'd like to thank a group of local termites.
Yeah.
All right. Tune in to the next episode next Monday. It'll be episode 10. We're picking up right where we left off, so you'll get to see what that cliffhanger was all about and figure out what was going on with the Whirlwind. So, yeah, thanks for listening if you're listening, and we hope you continue to listen.
Goodbye. that was great.